Um, Another thing I wanted to chat about, you guys are truly independent artists, and what I mean by that is literally everything you guys do, you do together, whether it's marketing or promoting or playing the shows, writing the music, producing the music, doing worship together, doing all of those things. You do it together. You guys are truly independent, an independent couple when it comes to your career, your artist dumb or whatever you want to call it. My question for y'all is, when you guys are doing all of this together, how do you guys find personal space? Because I know that's important to a relationship, both personally and professionally, right?
Uh, you see this door behind Crystal's head? That's a scream room.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Just lock ourselves away.
Yeah. No, it's like you said to your point earlier about, long-lasting relationships. We kind of have a no one gets out alive clause. So, for us, it's been really just a matter of, we've got things we want to set out to do. And, there's always the next thing that we're working on or that we're thinking of. So there's not a lot of space there, but I mean, we do find times where we kind of, we'll break away for a while, or we'll go do something like that on their own. So I think me personally, I think we kind of find moments throughout the year or the month or whatever, just to kind of go from there. So
I think, oh, sorry. I had to
do one thing really quick. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay.
We were getting in text messages distracting me.
Okay. Sorry.
I think, Will and I are very, very yin and yang as far as like what fuels us. He's more of like, he says, I run off of solar power, like I love, like I'm all out there. And he said, I like to recharge on a battery charger by myself, which I think that you have to learn to respect how people charge. And so I respect that about him, that he needs some time to charge. And then for me, I need to go out with my friends and keep my friend circle where I'm having fun. And, we can't just always recharge with each other. And so I think that's a good thing. I think that's healthy in a marriage. I think it's healthy that there's all these things that you do together, and we do a lot more together probably than most couples.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's important for me to get away with the girls, have a little fun, go out once a month. And there's different girl groups that I run with. And that's how I recharge. And also just by sitting and creating myself, creating and just writing out songs, writing out thoughts, writing out just ideas and journaling. So I think we very much have, even though we're always working together, it seems like in some capacity and form, we both have different ways that we get refueled. And I think we both keep doing those,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, see, for me, like I have the studio out here, and sometimes I'm out here working, sometimes I'm out here playing. You just never know.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
and then she'll be in her crafting spot where she likes to diddle and daddle and paint and do all of her things. And
Yeah.
I understand that that's her spot. This is my spot, and sometimes we just have to go to our spots, right?
Yep, you do. And then sometimes it's good to play together, like,
yeah, absolutely. You have to have that too, of course.
just go out, like we love to travel, Will and I do, and we love to eat good food.
Right.
So
Yep.
we always try to go out to a dinner once in a while and experience a new place. And then also love traveling together and going on different trips and having experiences together. So I think, go play and refuel, and then also refuel and play.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you got to have all of that, man. So you mentioned earlier, Crystal, that a lot of times when you're writing from personal experience, personal feelings, just things that you've gone through in your life. And I know many songwriters do that. That's obvious. What I wanted to ask you is, you also mentioned that a lot of times you're releasing songs because you think that personal experience that you've added to that song will help somebody else. So how do you decide which of those songs go out and which ones you kind of keep to yourself?
Honestly, I gauge it by doing them live. Like there's a song, Goodbye Letter, and I don't know. I just was like, oh, let's just try it, and I wrote it for a friend. I wrote it for a friend, and we started singing it, and you could feel like a tangible electricity in the room. And I was like, oh, you know, and then sometimes it's just a hunch. Sometimes it's like, well, let's just do this one, let's record this one, and just see how it does. Or you get a feeling about a song. I think it comes so many different ways, or somebody's like, oh my gosh, that song. Like, one of the most surprising songs for me, personally, that did something I never expected is there's this song on YouTube called What Mercy Did for Me. And it was one I wrote with a bunch of teenagers, for a summer camp. And I did not expect, even when we were all sitting around talking about the songs, that to go on the album, I was like, we can put that one on there, I don't care. Ended up being the biggest song on the album.
That's the way it works.
Like, and it went. So I think, fate gets to decide sometimes, and sometimes you don't know why you're doing things, and sometimes it's the songs that you're most passionate about, like, don't even go anywhere. So it's strange. It's, the people actually get to decide what songs they like. And so I'm always kind of open to just, yes, there's the songs I love to sing, and when I sing them live, I feel an electricity. But then there's songs we record that I don't even have that experience. They go out and they end up being the ones that are more popular.
Yep.
So
it's crazy how that works, and I love that. It's so obvious. Like, the better songs are going to be the ones that resonate with the most people. And usually those are the songs that you can deliver more passionately to, which means you're being more vulnerable with that song. And so it's always intrigued me how an artist can willingly hurt themselves over and over again. I think it was Courtney Patton that told me a few weeks ago. She said what she does is she actually grieves the song. As she's writing it, she's grieving the song.
Yeah.
And so then when her grieving process is over, the song just, it's just, she's delivering it. She's already grieved for it. And man, what a great way of putting it,
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah. No, you really, like, when we say songwriting is cheaper than therapy, I mean, who knows if it is, because by the time you're done cutting and recording and paying everybody, maybe it's not. But when you're writing the song, it really is a form of getting something in you out, and getting something that's bottled up. And I think that's what makes really great songs too, is those songs then go out and empathize with other people, and the people feel seen and they feel heard by hearing a song. Like, that to me is where the magic is at, you know?
I love it. Just one last thing before we get into the second song. You guys, Crystal, you co-wrote with one of my favorite singer-songwriters in Texas recently, Helene Cronin. I was so excited to see you guys had collaborated. Tell us about the song that you and her put together. It was about your hometown, right?
Yes. I've actually, I think I've written 3 songs with Helene now.
Oh, man.
And the one that we wrote about, my little bayou town, was so fun, because I think Helene is such a great storyteller and crafter. And so telling her the sights and sounds was so fun. And just getting to tell her, like, we grew up picking blackberries, and kids were wild. They were running all over the streets, so that we came up with this line, like, children are picking blackberries and they're all growing wild on the cove, like, all of them, the blackberries, the children, everybody's, it was a wild time. Like, it was the latchkey time, like, where kids in kindergarten, first grade would let themselves in their own home.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't, like, my kid is 12 and I'm like, he ain't staying by himself. So we got to talk about all those old times, the sights, the sounds, the family members I had. It was just, my granddaddy would play the spoons for beer money. So we had to put granddaddy's tapping out a rhythm on the spoon, and old Gene, I had this uncle that was like a chain smoker, and there's more to it than that, but we put Gene in there, chain smoking, all those sights and sounds. And I loved that I got to write that with Helene, because she's truly a craftsman. Like, she really is.
Yeah.
She's a craftsman.
Man, I was so stoked to get to talk to her earlier this year, and man, I hope to get to do it again. She's just so intriguing to me. Just an amazing storyteller. And how does she put it? gosh, I forget. Story singer, I think, is the way she
Yeah.
puts it, instead
Mhm.
of singer songwriter. And
Yeah.
that's truly who she is.